am back with the final topic of dark tourism, that is the dark tourism destination. Previously, we have discussed about the introduction, the explanation of dark tourism, why it is basically called as a dark tourism. Then, what are the various components used in the dark tourism, or what are their key points taken into consideration in dark tourism. Now I'm gonna discuss what basically are the various destinations where the people travel in terms of knowing about the dark tourism. Following the largest and most deadly Nazi concentration camp, Schwazert was turned into a memorable after the end of World War II. Schwartz has been deemed the very epitome of all dark tourism. Today, the memorial site is estimated to have welcomed almost 50 million tourists over its time. The tourist numbers have in fact became so high in recent years that the government have limited how many tickets to the area can be sold to tourists each day. I was caught out by this on my trip there a couple of years ago, so my trip is to book ahead. The second destination where the dark tourism is the Chernobyl has been regarded as one of the worst nuclear disaster in history, and I learned a lot about this when I watched the recent documentary that was shown on TV. Chernobyl is a very popular destination for dark tourism. However, unlike Schwarzwald, this destination remains a hazard and is to date a dangerous site to visit due to the radiation levels still pertinent. It is interesting to read in a recent article published with this month that booking numbers have increased by 30% in the last 3 months following the recent TV series on the disaster. The third destination is the Hiroshima in Japan. Hiroshima preserves the memory of the world's first nuclear attack. An atomic bomb at Hiroshima killed more people in one instant than any other killing in history. Hiroshima continues to promote itself as a symbol of peace rather than that of a devastated city. In 2016, the number of visitors reached over 12 million. Over 11 million were domestic tourists, whereas 3,23,000 were students on school trips and 11,76,000 were international visitors. The 9/11 Memorial. Following one of the world's worst terrorist attack, the 9/11 Memorial site is one of the world's top dark tourist attraction and is one of the most visited sites of any kind. Within the first 2 years of the memorial opening, over 10 million visitors arrived, and a couple years later, the total figure rose to over 23 million. The Killing Fields in Cambodia. The Killing Fields are a collection of more than 300 sites in Cambodia where over 1 million people were killed and buried by the Khmer Rouge regime. This is a popular tourism attraction and often considered a rite of passage when backpacking around Southeast Asia. It is an educational and sorrowful site highlighting an important time in Cambodia's history. One recent article has expressed the issues faced with the high volume of tourists visiting the Killing Fields. This is due to the number of tourists leaving their mark and graffiting on prison walls. The dark tourism at Bikini Atoll. Bikini Atoll is associated mainly with the nuclear testing program that the United States of America conducted. Unlike natural disasters, tourists could not flock to Bikini Atoll immediately after, and even to this day, Bikini Atoll remains an extremely hazardous place to visit despite the US granting its safety in 1997. It is argued that disaster tourists are putting themselves at risk by traveling to Bikini Atoll. There is still a significant level of radiation in the area, and the extent of the damage caused below sea level has not been determined. This particular disaster is categorized as nuclear tourism under the umbrella of dark tourism. The dark tourism in Berlin. Berlin was the capital of the socialist single party regime of the former GDR. Now it is referred to the as fall of the Berlin Wall. Berlin is home to a number of Holocaust and World War II exhibitions and is popular with educational tourists. I took a student group there a few years ago and I would definitely recommend it for anybody studying tourism or history. The Robben Island. The Robben Island can be observed as a form of prison and prosecution site tourism. In fact, the prison has been recognized and preserved as a UNWTO World Heritage Site. Prior to its conservation, the island was a standing prison during the colonial wars, particularly dominated by successive colonial power, Dutch and the British. Nowadays, the prison is a tourist site welcoming thousands of tourists each year. The tour guides are mostly ex-inmates, providing the tourists with an authentic account of what the prison was like when it was in operation, as well as much needed source of employment for the staff members. The dark tourism in Rwanda. Rwanda is a small country in Central Africa and the place where one of the most tragic and largest genocides took place in 1994. This is now a dark tourism site which is visited by many tourists each year. Dark tourism at Oradour sur Glane, one of the most interesting and unusual dark tourism sites that one should visit it is Oradour sur Glane. In 1944, 642 villagers were massacred in Oradour sur Glane. Shortly after the war, General Charles de Gaulle declared Oradour should never be rebuilt and instead it should remain a stark memorial to Nazi cruelty. It is fascinating and because everything remains untouched to this day. The Pompeii has received an enormous amount of visitors and this may be the result of its publicity following its recent film. Before the film was released, Pompeii was attracted on average 2 million visitors annually, a number that remained very steady from 2002 onwards. However, following the release of the film, tourist numbers staggered upwards, reaching over 3.5 million. At the Sedlec Osprey, another place that needs to be visited was the particular memorable was the bone church known as the Sedlec Ossuary. The dark tourism at the island of the Dolls. South of Mexico City, the Don Julian Santana began to hang dolls from trees and buildings as a protection against the evil spirits. Today, the island is known as Islands of the Dolls, dubbed as the scariest place in Mexico. It has now become a popular attraction with thrill-seeking dark tourists. However, it has come to recent attention that the island has been duplicated to fool tourists into believing they are visiting the original island. Conclusion. Dark tourism is an interesting concept that has reaped increased attention from both the academics and the public in recent years. Whether you are visiting a cemetery, taking part in a zombie race or providing relief after a natural disaster, the opportunities to take part in dark tourism activities are far ranging. It is fairly clear that there are a number of different types of tourism that all fall under the umbrella of dark tourism, and with the different types of dark tourism comes a variety of different tourist motivation to visit. However, despite the different motivation, there are still unresolved ethical concerns that need addressing, from inappropriate selfies to taking photos of people who are grieving. There are different opinions on whether dark tourism is right or wrong.